And welcome back to Wandering Through Wayne's World. With me is Dr. Eric Nach.
Correct.
Did I get it right?
Yes, you did.
You know, it's funny, so many people pass through here, and I'm really bad when it comes to names. I can remember people's phone numbers, but you told me your name like 5 minutes ago, 3 minutes ago, and I probably won't remember. All right, Doc. You have an interesting area that you practice in.
Correct.
So let's talk about that, because most people, in my opinion, and we spoke before we got on the air, don't really have a grasp about what the things like autism, Asperger, special needs are, special assistance, that can take a child, especially, who's in that vulnerable stage, maybe not make it perfect, but take them from here, where the parents think they might be, to here where they can be living a productive life. Did I get that right so far?
Very close.
Okay, so tell me what you do.
Okay. Well, first, thank you for having me on. I appreciate that. And as part of the Students Growth Center that we have in Boca Raton, we provide services for students, children, adolescents, and young adults that have special needs. Those special needs encompass everything from autism, Asperger's, learning disabilities, communication disorders, attention deficit disorders, various types of behavioral issues. What we found is that children who are challenged with different types of learning and behavioral issues have a very difficult time being able to function to the best of their capacity on a daily basis. And what happens is that the parents and the family structure is very much impacted by the students having the difficulties. The group of people that I work with are a bunch of professionals that are all master's and PhD level. There's about 9 of us, and we're all either teachers in Palm Beach or Broward County, and we are all special education teachers. Some of us are counselors, therapists, psychotherapists, and the like. And we've spent our careers trying to make a difference with the children, young adults, and adolescents that we work with on a daily basis. This whole thing started about 24 years ago when I first finished my undergraduate degree in psychology and went to work in several psychiatric hospitals in the area. And I found that a lot of the children and adolescents that I was working with were having severe difficulties with just making it through daily life, and their families didn't know what to do. As a result, many of them, some of them, wound up having to be in hospitals of sorts for a while to be able to get balanced out and get some type of answers. I saw a lot of desperate families, I saw a lot of desperate kids, I saw a lot of desperate people. And I did that for about 7 years, and as a therapist, and I really enjoyed it, but I got very frustrated. The reason I got frustrated is I saw a lot of band-aids occurring, but not fixes happening. And from there, I went on, I worked towards getting my master's degree in special education and became part of a local school district. I've been in special ed ever since for the last 15 or so years, and I've been working very much with the children, the adolescents, the young adults and their families with being able to provide assistance and make a difference in a child's life. The other people that work for me are all basically in a similar type of story, where they came from, where they found there was a need and they had to do more with their life, and they just needed to be able to make a difference. As the time went on, I got very specialized in working with kids with socialization and communication issues, and went back to school for my PhD to be able to specialize in that. And I was able to wrap up my PhD about 5 years ago. Very glad to say it was a very long, daunting process for anybody who's been through it. I'm very glad today to be on this side of it. And what it's afforded me is it afforded me the ability to be able to really have the resources, the knowledge, the experience, to be able to interact with families and make a difference. What I find is many times in my office, a family will come in, and they'll come in to talk with me because they're one thing, they're absolutely desperate. They've tried things, they've tried different approaches, they listen to different people, and they still just can't figure out why their child isn't learning, or they're not able to socialize with other children, or they're not able to get a job, or they're not properly prepared to go into college, or perhaps they're fighting more than typical sibling fighting with their brothers and sisters and their peers. They're getting phone calls from teachers, and they're just not able to figure out what to do to make a difference with this child. And what we find out a lot of what's happened is that the different methods they may have tried, whatever method that may have been, there wasn't the proper education and support and reinforcement to go along with it. One of the most important things that we find, that I've found that needs to happen, is that when a child comes in to get services with us, whether it's social skills, behavior modification, executive functioning groups, academic tutoring or counseling, or part of our transitioning program that we have for our 18 and overs, is that the parents have to be involved. And not just involved like dropping them off and, all right, I'll pick Johnny up in an hour and he'll be fixed. But involved whereas we can teach them and provide them and empower them. That is, in my opinion, that is where the gold of this whole thing lies, is that we need to be able to empower the parents. This is how we started out. This is just the interventions that we've put in place to help your child to be able to be successful with whatever it is. And these are the things that you as a parent and your children and the siblings and grandma and grandpa and the neighbor and the doctor and the therapist and everybody can be doing together to help make the difference with that child. The children that we're talking about that have any of these issues, whether it's social and communication or academic and functional, is they need to learn a different way to do something because obviously their way is not working. And then they need to be able to go from there. They need to be able to practice that skill over and over again in different settings. To use a technical term, it's called generalization. To be able to take a skill, an ability, and do it in our therapeutic environment, and then to be able to perform it in school, to be able to do it when you're going shopping, to be able to do it when you're going to grandma's, wherever situation you're in, to be able to use those same skills. The ability for us to be able to empower the parents is what sets our group apart.
Hold on a second. So, your group, how long have you've been doing this? And your group, in the group that you have now?
As I have been working in the field for 24 years, working with children, adolescents, young adults and such, working on all kinds of issues that they and their families run into. The company, the Support for Students Growth Center, has been in existence for about 2.5 years now. We're located over right by the Boca Town Center in the Medplex building, which many people are familiar with because there's a lot of different pediatric specialties that occur in that medical complex. So a lot of you may have been there for your pediatrician or your dental care for your children. So it's a very complete environment that's there.
How do people get in touch with you? Because we're running out of time.
Excellent. You can get in touch by going on to my website, supportforstudentsgrowthcenter.com. You can call us, and the number just got it changed.
Okay.
So I'm going to update that. It's 561-990-7305. And you can call us and speak with our office manager and set up an initial appointment, interview, let us know what's going on, how it is that we can help. We have 14 groups a week that we do that cover whether it's the social skills, the executive functioning, the transitioning. We do a whole variety of in-home work with the children, with the parents, whether it's academic coaching or tutoring, whether it's behavioral assistance, parents and sibling training, all of those different types of things.
Okay, I'm going to have to cut you because we're running out of time.
Got
it. Go check out his website. I guess someone can call and make an appointment for a free consultation?
Absolutely.
Okay, do that. We'll be right back.